Welcome to National Park Wild. I'm Eric, and today I'm continuing and ranking all 48 national parks I've been to of 62. A few things going in. All of the parks in this video are really good, and I encourage you to visit all of them. They only don't rank as high because there are other parks I think are better. These are still all really good, and they are really fun places with lots of good things to do, and I encourage you to visit all of them. This is just my personal opinion. Anyway, let's begin. Starting at 36 is Kings Canyon National Park, a park in California. I spent the least time out of any California park. There are 9 there, and as a result of spending little time there, it is my least favorite. I got a few good views of the canyon, but due to snow, I was not allowed in. I really enjoyed the Grant Grove, going through a log, seeing the General Grant tree, really beautiful, my favorite tree in the world, if that really means anything. But overall, I definitely recommend going to this park, but probably do it in summer. That's when you'll be able to get more out of it. Number 35, Congaree National Park. One of the most underrated in my opinion because a lot of people really hate this one. For bugs. I went in winter, there were no bugs. Probably because of when I went. But I enjoyed stuff like lots of wildlife. As you can see in this video, I saw deer there. There's also plenty of cool trees to look at. And a really nice trail called Boardwalk, where you get to go on this really high up platform and walk around the forest. Sometimes parts of it flood, but it's still a really fun park. There was pretty much no one there when we went, so not many crowds. I really enjoy that. It feels like it really is the atmosphere of a park, even if the scenery isn't like outstanding. And it's not far from Columbia, so it's definitely worth a day trip from there. I think everyone should visit it, even though it doesn't get a whole lot of respect overall. It's a great park. Number 34, Mesa Verde National Park. I recently went on a trip to 11 parks, some of which I revisited, but 8 of them were new. And this was unfortunately my least favorite of them, but it's still really great. I do like the cultural aspect. I like history overall. I thought the dwellings were cool. The scenery was really beautiful. The hikes were surprisingly good. It's a very easy park to drive around. It doesn't get a whole lot of respect, but I think it's definitely worth a visit. Number 33, Petrified Forest National Park. I went during a pretty bad fire, so some views of the Painted Desert were obscured, but this park is beautiful. Great colors, anything from blue and purple to orange and red on the weird Badland-like formations that I really like, and I definitely think this park should be visited. However, it does lose points for having a closing time, which very few parks have, so that does hold it back. But it is still definitely worth visiting, even if it's only for a couple of hours. Also, note, there aren't a whole lot of trails here. The ones there are good, though. Number 32 is Badlands National Park. Badlands is one of my first, and I don't remember it super fondly, but it was still pretty fun. The landscape is really great, of course. Somewhat smaller scale compared to other parks, but still great. I saw some wildlife like a bighorn sheep and a lamb. No bison or prairie dogs, unfortunately. Still a good park. The main thing holding it back is that there aren't a whole lot of hiking trails. The scenic drive is pretty good. If I go back again, it probably will rank higher. Number 31, Joshua Tree National Park. Another California one. This park has thousands of yucca plants, known as Joshua trees. Really cool desert plants. There's plenty of large rock formations as well. This park gets a lot of visitors, and I think it's a bit overrated because everything's on a bit of a smaller scale. The views are still nice. There are some good trails. My favorite is the little-known Barker Dam Trail, where I saw many birds, including woodpeckers and even mallard ducks. But there's great overlooks and plenty of fun things to do, but it's mostly driving through this park that really is just that enjoyable. Moving on to another California park, coming in number 30 is Redwood. Redwood doesn't have a whole lot of scenery to it. It's large trees, ferns, and beaches. If you like that sort of thing, you'll love Redwood, but I'm more into mountains and desert. I did see some elk there, plenty of cool birds all around. It is a really fun park, honestly. And I like seeing the giant ferns. Fern Canyon is my favorite thing there because it's basically these walls that are absolutely covered in the plants. The redwood trees are really giant, and I really like that. And I'm not sure. There are things that stand out about the park, but also it's nothing super amazing overall. Driving through the park is really fun. It's a really great scenic drive. The beach hikes are good. There is plenty to do there. My only real issues are that there are a lot of other parks that have more impressive scenery to me. This park is nice overall, of course, but just doesn't strike me as breathtaking. Granted, there are a lot of things to do. There are many state parks mixed in, and if you get entry to the national park, you can go to all of those. Those are definitely worth checking out, and I think this is a great park overall, even if it's one of the weakest ones that you can find in California. Definitely check it out, though. Coming in, number 29 is Wrangell-St. Elias. Unfortunately, I spent very little time in the park, and the only part I really saw was Hubbard Glacier, a popular cruise destination. That glacier is amazing. If I'd see more of the park, I definitely would be able to rank this higher, but as is, has to rank a bit low, even though the mountains and everything about the park is really, really beautiful. Going to Hubbard Glacier can be a highlight of any Alaskan cruise that you should definitely try. Coming in, 28, I Fjords National Park. I only went to the Exit Glacier area, but that area is awesome. The hike is excellent. The scenery, from glaciers to rivers to mountains to ocean views, is really good. There's some wildlife there. I saw bald eagles, golden eagles, an otter and a whale at the coastal area. It is a really, really fun park, and lots of cool stuff to do. My biggest issue was this really rude park ranger there, but let's not talk about that. Definitely a good park to check out in Alaska, but I've only been to 3 of those. Number 27, Saguaro National Park. This one's pretty underrated. Most people are like, yeah, it's a bunch of cacti and nothing else, but no. This park has really beautiful sunsets, good hiking trails, interesting scenic drives, and tons of wildlife. I saw golden eagles, I saw coyotes, I saw rabbits, I even saw great horned owls, as seen in this picture. That was the highlight of the trip for me. I definitely think everyone should go to this park at least once. Number 26, Carlsbad Caverns. Beautiful caves. If I'd never seen a cave before this park would probably be top 10. As is, I had seen them before. These are the best caves I've seen in the world, but still held back a little. Also, the stuff above ground isn't as interesting, but walking through the big room is stunning. And number 25, final one on this list, Pinnacles National Park. Decent scenery overall, but I was more taken by the wildlife. Things like deer and many different birds, including California condors. And I really enjoyed the cave formations. I didn't have a whole lot of good photos of those, unfortunately. But it's really, really fun to go in these caves and hike through them. The hiking is great there. The wildlife's great. It's a really underrated park. No one really talks about it. But I definitely think that you guys should visit this one. And that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe so you know when I make the next one. Like the video if you thought this one was good. And comment your favorite parks below, or if there's any ranking you think should be higher. Soon I'm going to release the next ones. That's going to be numbers 24 through 13, and numbers 12 through 1. I hope this list doesn't anger at many people. Just remember, it is my opinion. Anyway, I'll see you next time.